Good morning. This morning I've come to Loughrigg Fell and I'm here to get the final shot for my location guide to the Central Lake District. What are conditions like this morning? Well, as you can probably tell from the scene behind me, today is a Saturday and therefore we have Saturday conditions. The shot that I've come for today is one of my favourite in the Lake District. It's the view of Grasmere Lake from Loughrigg Fell. Now conditions are suboptimal to say the least, but I'm going to get the camera set up and we'll just have to see what happens. I've shot this view on a number of occasions and my favourite vantage point is this rocky outcrop about halfway up the fell. You can't actually see the lake from the summit. But one of the big problems that I have, one of the things I don't like about this composition, is this tree on the right hand side. It kind of blends in with the background and what you really want is a bit of separation. So I had a look around, I had a little scout around for other locations, but I haven't really been able to find anything. If you drop down a little bit, you kind of lose sight of the bottom part of the lake, which we don't want. So today I'm going to try and stick with this view. Unfortunately, the cloud has now rolled in and you can't see the lake at all. While I'm waiting for the cloud to clear and for conditions to settle down a little bit, I thought what I'd do is try a cheeky little selfie of me stood on this rock. Now I've got the big Benrow set up as high as it will go without putting the centre column up, because I want to try and get as level to me as I possibly can. Now I've actually been using this quite a lot at its full height, and that is proving to be really useful. Let's talk a little bit about lenses. This is not my 24 to 70mm lens, which is still being fixed. I broke that lens at the end of November. We're now at the end of March. That is 4 months to get this lens fixed, which is absolutely ridiculous. I think next time I break a lens, I'm just going to back the car over it and claim on the bloody insurance, because this is just stupid. Anyway, this is my brand new, second-hand, 16 to 35mm wide angle lens. So I'm going to set this up on the tripod and try and get a nice wide view of, well, the cloud that's rolled back in again. That's enough messing about with selfies, so now I'm going to get set up for the shot that I came for. Right, so that's the shot set up, but there's still plenty of cloud about. It keeps rolling in and out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand here for a bit and wait and see if that clears and I can get a clearer shot of the lake. I've been stood here now for about 30 minutes and nothing's really changed. Conditions haven't really improved. I have taken a few shots. They're not very good, but for what it's worth, here's the best of a bad bunch. That shot really wasn't very good. Even with a bit of Lightroom magic, it lacks impact. It needs a bit of light or some autumn colour or just something to lift it. And when I was working that shot, I was using the wide angle lens. I was at about 24mm. and I didn't really have very many options. Basically all I could do was take a shot of that scene. And I think for me that's part of the problem with using wide angle lenses. They're not good in all conditions. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slip the telephoto lens on, and I'm going to try and get a few detail shots, and in these conditions that should give me a lot more options. Now that I've got the telephoto lens on, I thought what I might do is play a little game. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to take 3 shots using the telephoto, but I'm going to constrain myself to the frame of the wide angle shot that I've already got. So these next 3 shots will just be detailed shots taken from that wider view. So the first shot I'm going to go for is of the island. I'm zoomed right in, well not quite right in, I'm at just over 100mm, and I've done that so that I can include a little bit of the hill behind the island. Now visibility is still not great, so this isn't a particularly brilliant shot, but it's more about the composition than anything else. Morning. For my third and final shot, I've pretty much done exactly the same thing, only I've moved over to the right hand side. And now I have a line of trees along the right hand side of the frame, and then a lot of negative space on the left hand side. So there you go, that's why so many of us love our telephoto lenses. It just gives us so many more options. And you can have a go at doing the same thing. If you go out there and take a wide angle shot and then take 3 telephoto shots, picking out details within the first shot, send them to me, and if I get enough entries, I will create a page on my website sharing the best ones. Now then, my shoot didn't end there. On the way down, I noticed this composition where the path was sort of snaking down and leading the eye towards the lake in the distance. And I think this is a better shot given the conditions for my location guide to the Central Lake District. Now I'm glad that I stopped because I forgot to mention earlier that last weekend was my first ever workshop with fellow YouTube photographer James Burns. We took a group of people to Blee Tarn and then on to Side Pike, and we had an absolutely brilliant morning. And better than anything else, I've made 3 new friends, so I want to say a big hi to Jeff, Ian and Kat. I hope you're all well and I hope you really enjoyed the time. And this is a very apt moment to mention that James and I are going to do another free workshop later on in the year, around June time, and we're going to do it here on Loughrigg Fell itself. So there'll be details in the descriptions below as usual, and all you need to do is pop along to my website, and if you're interested, register and I'll get back to you. While we're waiting for the cloud to clear,